Well, we got Tyvis now, so we might as well bring him in. And
bring him in and have
his
him.
headline.
There he
What's
is.
up, Tyvis? The party's not it's not a party till Tyvis Powell
still
joins.
thinking he's a baseball player. Tyvis Powell joins the program.
Tyvis thinks he can play in the majors, DeQuell. What do you got to say?
Is that right?
You think?
I've never seen him bat. Never seen him feel the ball.
We got that clip.
He's an
I
athlete.
can get
At the very
that
least, he's
clip
an
if you
athlete.
see me swing.
Tyvis.
No one wants to see that again.
That's
Tyvis,
a
we'll be
charity
honest.
softball game.
We also have a clip of you swinging a golf club. So stand down.
Oh, that's tough.
I know Tyvis.
You know what? Listen, hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't come up here for y'all to antagonize me, okay?
Tyvis, hold on, Tyvis, hold on. That beard, you looking like Grady from Sanford and Son.
Oh, man.
And they keep
You got some
coming.
cream corn in it right underneath your lip. You got some cream.
Wow. Shots fired by Brad.
Little television.
He doesn't even know Sanford and Son. He's too young for
My
Sanford
bad,
and Son.
Tyvis. My bad.
Tyvis, have you ever heard of Sanford and Son?
Heck yeah, that's a classic show. But anyways, you know, that's with Red Fox in them. But anyways, listen. Y'all, I'm not on
Your
camera.
barber trip you
Listen.
up.
Hey, leave my
No,
man alone.
man.
Leave
Listen,
my man
I'm a
alone.
grown
Tyvis,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Let him know, bro.
Listen, I'm on radio for the next couple of days, not on camera, so I can look like this. They like this, man.
You know what it is? We're just all mad that you're the prettiest one. That's what it is.
Run around look like
y'all,
an air
y'all
bath
man,
model.
because y'all can't get a beard. Y'all know, like real men grow beards.
I can't get a beard?
Yeah.
I
Man,
just
no
shaved
beard.
yesterday.
Tyvis, listen.
No
All you have to
beard,
do is drink
all
this.
clean face.
Tyvis, hold on.
You
One
want to play
second.
the beard game with me, my friend.
Tyvis, listen real carefully.
Listen, no shave November's coming,
Yeah,
and
it
I
is.
don't want to. Y'all ain't shaving.
You want to play
nothing.
the beard game? I'll put you to shame.
I tried that last
I'll
year.
look like a wolf man in 3 weeks.
I was almost all white. Tyvis, listen real carefully. Listen closely. Do you hear that? That's Bull's facial hair growing. I mean, this dude has
I'm a werewolf.
He has an 11 a.m. shadow.
I shaved yesterday. Yesterday.
Hey, but that he said it's a little beaver in that though. Like,
What is it?
A beaver?
beaver? Aardvark.
I'm grubby. I'll let this grow for
get
3
mine to
weeks.
grow.
It'll be bigger
Look,
than yours
see,
already.
I can't do nothing. I'm out of this one. I have no horse in the race. Don't ask me about
Baby
facial hair.
face.
Nothing.
Come on, Tyvis, bring your
Give
noise,
us your
baby.
Browns headline, bro. What do you have?
Oh,
Let's just
go
take
ahead.
it. Let's take it.
Yeah, get it to him. You know, shock the world, shocker.
That's a beard right there.
That's a beard.
Great
That's
minds
a beard
think
right
alike.
there. That's a
Okay,
beard.
I like the passing game
solid.
flies past Jets. I like what you did. You put it on the offense a little
Great.
bit there. I like that. I like it.
Passing game
Listen,
flies
you
past
got to-
Jets.
listen, if you got Jacoby Brissett, if you don't got him on your fantasy team, this is the week to do it, man. They about to go out there and flood the streets.
Yeah,
That's
if-
where
if
I'm
you
at
wanna
with
lose-
it.
Let's not get nuts.
If you want to lose,
No, listen. Jacoby Brissett about to go out there. He's going for 200 plus. If I had to throw a number on, I'm gonna say he's going for 256.
Ooh,
damn.
I've been thinking
17
about
for
this.
22,
Ooh.
2 touchdowns. That's,
okay, but
that's where I'm at with it.
but I have one question. Does that really qualify as flying past the Jets?
For him, it does.
For Jacoby Brissett, it does.
Yeah,
Jacoby
right.
Brissett, it does.
Yes.
If you're going to put him in your fantasy lineup with those numbers, take the L.
That's a
I'm never
25
starting Jacoby
point
Brissett in
game.
the fantasy team.
Take the L.
It's a 25-point game. I had Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers. They gave me like 10 points combined.
I have Dak Prescott too. I flat released him. I don't want him. I did. I dropped him. I'm done with him.
I put him on IR. I had to put
he
Marcus
ain't playing no
Mariota
way,
in.
so
Messed up.
Cowboys,
Blew the whole
Cowboys
league.
suck.
What do you think about the Buckeyes this weekend? Easy one? No problem?
Yeah, you know, this is the thing about the Buckeyes this weekend, man. They should win fairly easy, but they do have Toledo got this quarterback, y'all. I ain't saying he the best thing, but he's mobile. And what's good about it is Ohio State needs to see these type of things. Obviously, you know, Notre Dame had a guy who was mobile, but this guy for Toledo actually leads the team in rushing. He got 3 touchdowns on the ground, 3 touchdowns in the air. And after seeing how my boy Denzel Burke played last week at that corner position, he needs to bounce back. They do have a receiver over there by the name of Jawan Newton. Pretty good receiver, 5'11" guy. I don't think he should be a problem, but I need to see Denzel Burke get back to where he was last year, because it was concerning to see somebody like that. It just seemed like when that ball was in the air, he wasn't used to it, or he was nervous. something. He just started face guard. I don't like that. Y'all know how I am when it comes to them corners. Like you got to be in base, in position to make plays. I don't want to see you playing this catch-up game, trying to and then panicking and jumping up, putting your hands up in front of them to try to stop the ball. Like that's not what we do at Ohio State.
Hey, Tyvis, I want to ask you about the Buckeyes' offensive line because I know we talked like last year. They just decided to start their best 5 guys, even if they right, and they didn't really have 5 guys at the right position. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I don't feel like their offensive line is that good. Am I wrong? I mean,
a lot of people,
you know, I mean, like
I
shouldn't say it's not that good. It just should be better. Like I don't think it's right. It should be better.
See, when you think about Ohio State's offensive line, traditionally you got 5 dogs up there. We run the ball, we throw the ball. Right now, it just seemed like it ain't clicking. Particularly, is not the tackle positions. I think DeJuan Jones and Paris Johnson is actually playing really well. It's the 3 interior, which that's the one that you got to have the most. So I agree with you. They got to do a better job of creating these running lanes because, Travion Henderson scored last week and Mayan do their thing, but it does not look how we used to look back when, we was rushing for 200+ yards a game. Like they got to figure that thing.
Tyvis, I don't think we committed to really running the ball. I mean,
we ain't.
You got to wake your boy up, man. Here, I got it. The aerial attack looks great. I got you. You got a nice guy with a nice arm, but that don't win you games. That'll look good on TV. To win games, you got to win in the trenches. That's like on Sunday with the Browns. We're gonna win in the trenches.
Brad, I'm with you. Like we gotta. This is the thing. This is the last. This is the last tune-up game for them because next week it's Wisconsin and they in the Big Ten play. So they have to come out of this game feeling very confident with being able to run the ball and pass the ball. Like this is it. Like if the offensive line has to produce. Mayan and Travion both have to have a good day of rushing, and they got to do a great job opening them lanes. It's Toledo, for Christ's sakes. I'm not going to say Toledo is not good because Toledo will put you in a dogfight if you let them. Yeah. But you got to walk out of this game being able to know that if we need to win a game by running the ball, we can do that. We already know we can do it passing, but we need to know that if we have to, if it comes down to it, because in the Big Ten, you got to run the ball. Like, that passing stuff is cute, but once it gets later in the year, running the ball is going to be the most effective way to get it done. And like I say, after this game, they better have some yards. I'm looking for 200+ yards on the ground.
Tyvis, man, I'm a little concerned, bro.
Oh, here we go.
I'm surprised nobody brought this up. Yeah. That Notre Dame win is looking real suspect right now.
Hold on, wait a minute. See, I don't like that, bro. We won. We did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, you got
to remember this. It was week 1. Like that was nobody else outside of Georgia played a really good team in week 1. Like so you
get some points
can't sit there. You can't name me 4 teams right now that's better than Ohio State.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. Ohio State don't need to be better than 4 teams. They just have to beat a couple of them. We looking at Georgia and Alabama. Now I look at Alabama and they go to Texas, to Austin.
Okay, and nobody said a thing.
They play in good competition, man. That is a hard game.
So now all of a sudden Texas is back. They lost to Kansas
Texas played
last year.
A heck of a game.
Texas looked pretty
good.
They
lost to Kansas last year. What are you talking about?
Hey, listen.
Yeah, but Notre Dame played a heck of a game. Now you're saying they stink. How do we know Texas is any good?
Yeah,
Here's what I'm saying to you. We're not talking about it. It ain't about Texas. It's about Alabama and Georgia. And
Alabama didn't play well.
Alabama and Georgia.
What you talking about is valid, man.
They got to start putting.
Well, Ohio State's not losing to Marshall either.
We know the strength of schedule. I'm watching these SEC teams play each other every week. I'm like, Florida and Kentucky just played. Yeah. I'm like, you look at Arkansas versus South Carolina.
They play late in the season against some scrubby schools. They always do that late in the season.
So I'm just saying, if you're ready on the Notre Dame game and Arkansas State and Toledo, you feel good about that.
Tyvis, I will say this to G's point.
He ain't got no point, Brad.
He got a great point. First of all,
he don't got a point at all.
Let me stop you because I'm a card-carrying member too.
I got to turn my hat around for this. I got to turn my hat around.
I can say a few things. I'm a card-carrying member too.
Okay.
Ohio State, we have not looked scary yet. That is concerning.
Okay, so I don't disagree with that. What I will say is scary. The defense is better. They're giving up averaging 11 points a game. That's at the end of the day, that's what we needed to see the most. The offense is going to happen. I mean, they didn't have Julian Fleming, and they haven't had JSN for 2 games. That is a big part of the offense. What are you talking about? Like
what
what
matter when you got the talent they do?
Like, we don't got injuries right now.
No, but that shouldn't matter. You're playing teams
It
that aren't that
does
good.
matter. What do you
Aren't we going to
mean?
Maryland?
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you something.
Wait a minute. It doesn't matter. Quinn
It should matter. You're Ohio State. The last guy on the roster is better than anybody on Toledo. All right, but let me ask you something else. Forget Ohio State. None of the college football nonsense. Let's get back to the NFL.
It's elitist.
I got this question. I got this question for you and for DeQuell.
This guy, man.
All right, I got a question for you and DeQuell.
We'll talk about the
What is going on now in the NFL? Like, I understand if the defense does a pick 6 or a fumble and they score a touchdown. Now, every time there's a turnover, the entire defense is doing a they run to the end zone and doing a celebration. What is going on here? You in favor of this or no?
Listen, if I were out there, if I got a turnover, if let's say my teammate got a turnover, I'm not running 50 yards
It's
down
insane.
the field.
Because then you got to run
and
50
tire
back.
myself out to run back
what it is?
to the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing?
It's a different.
DeQuell,
Go for it.
you're showing your age, right?
Yes, yes. I'm saving my legs.
The young guys.
This is a long season.
It's a party.
And they added a game.
Do you know how demoralizing it is to see a whole 53 people run down there and go flick it up with your boys, take a picture?
It's not.
Hey, guess what? If we're on the field together, I'll be on the sideline. I'll congratulate you guys on the sideline.
Listen, they got team dances and everything. The celebrations is unbelievable.
You gotta act
He
like
likes
when
it.
you're in the pros. You gotta act like you've been there before. We're gonna do this again.
I have a theory.
Well, Brad, I have it. So there you go. I can't act like
Okay, that ties in with my theory. If Tyvis is here, Tyvis would kill me,
Yeah.
and DeQuell might kill me. But here's my theory on that. There is a bit of an inferiority complex for defensive players because the spotlight always shines on the offense.
Gets to celebrate. And I get the
And
celebration.
so now this is their opportunity, Bull, to grab the spotlight. And they're always, when you're playing defense, you're only really called out if you have a pick, a sack, or if you get burned.
Right.
It's kind of like
That's
offensive
true.
linemen. If they're calling your name, it's not good. So I think my theory is that you've got a group of 11 of them that are all feeling that kind of way.
Right.
And now they get a chance to boast, to shine. It's their moment, and they are taking that moment and running to the other end zone and flexing up.
You got a point because one guy made the play.
Yeah.
You're celebrating with your team.
Yeah.
I
The whole
get that
unit.
element of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, listen, I would always tell guys when I play, if I get a pick, if I'm behind the 50, I'm pitching that thing because I'm not taking it 60 yards. I'm pitching it. I knew my truth. I'll go block for you because I didn't plan on running 50, 60 yards.
I'm going to tell you what. Here's another thing.
Gee, didn't you sack Ben Roethlisberger in college, or am I
twice.
making that up?
Yes, twice.
Okay,
Did you
twice.
really?
Yes, twice. I got it on the highlight
Look
tape.
at that.
I need
Sack Ben
we
Roethlisberger.
need video of that.
I'll break all the rules, the legal rules. We'll play that video if we can.
By the way, I sacked Jared Lorenzen. I sacked
The hefty lefty?
I sacked Seneca
R.I.P.
Wallace.
Oh,
Two outside of the sack. Two outside. I sacked Bruce Gradkowski. I'll be out here moving around, bro. Don't listen.
Wow.
Okay.
Come on, man. Listen. Was nice.
He can play.
But I
back in
will.
the day.
But I will tell you this.
McKinley in the building.
McKinley, national champs in the building. You know what it is. 1997. You see what it is. Tyvis, one of the best, all-time winningest programs.
See, I see
that.
The only public school. See,
I cue him up every time.
Oh, and
I
by
give
the
him
way,
a lob. There's alley-oop, baby. There's alley-oop.
you basketball dudes around here think y'all good. We the all-time winningest program in basketball history too. The only back-to-back state championships ever. Ignatius Chuck. Hey, we had the dean up here.
Gee, we'd
And
have
he had
smoked
to
you.
acknowledge Tyvis.
I'd have smoked you by myself. My team by myself. I'd have smoked you. Give me the ball and get out of the way. It's Kobe. Look.
Tyvis, let's get to some real stuff.
Look,
Stop all that.
see
Let's get to some real stuff.
Get out of the way.
Tyvis, let's get to some real stuff. Why your boy Richard Sherman hating on Russell Wilson?
Oh wow, yeah.
I missed that.
What did he say? I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah,
that.
listen,
on here?
it's not just Richard Sherman.
Listen.
Yeah, but I'm like,
Listen.
that's his boy though. I want to
Sherman's a hater.
Why is your boy hating on Russell Wilson?
It's not. It's Sherm has very strong feelings. A lot of people are still upset about their Super Bowl loss that they had. And after that, things happen on that defense where
blame the coach.
Some people were let go.
You know what? Let me ask you this, Ty, because
paid, so it's just one of those.
I'm
going to take him to it. I don't know if he'll go there. Albert Breer, in an interview a couple of days ago, said that there was a real undercurrent in Seattle where they were just done with Russell Wilson.
Yes.
And the reason that they were done with him was because Pete Carroll, who normally treats everybody the same, had rules for Russell and rules for everybody else.
Well,
and there were people
same for every
Yeah,
quarterback.
but now wait. There were people in the organization that actually say Pete called that play at the goal line for Russell because he was acquiescing to Russell. Russell would want to throw the ball in that situation, and it cost him a Super Bowl. So there were guys on that team that didn't like the fact that Russell had the power that he did, and it is like that for most quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But is that true? Was that really going on there?
What I know is this.
Okay.
This is all I know. All right.
Somebody
that
told
play
me.
was called for Russell Wilson to make that play because they wanted Russell Wilson to be the reason why they won that Super Bowl. They easily could have gave it to Marshawn, but they wanted Russell Wilson to be that guy so he could be MVP and be the face of the franchise. And once that happened, boom, that just caused all type of riff in the whole thing. So that's just what I know.
Albert's right then.
Note to everyone, I'll take you back to the Chicago Bears. It was Walter Payton's chance to score a touchdown.
He didn't score in the Super Bowl.
And they gave it to Frizz because they wanted Frizz to take it over the line.
You're
so this
right.
happens all the time. And second, getting treated two different ways.
Yeah, but no.
Let me tell you, two different ways.
The Bears won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but here, I'm going to give you
the Seahawks lost it.
You're right.
So there's a big difference
I'm going to go to your treatment of rules for one versus rules for the other. Horace Grant is still mad today, right? Because he can never understand why MJ was getting the treatment that he was. I would take Horace on the around. I said, why is this bothering you? This is how the world works.
Get over it.
Right? Like, stop playing, right? We get the hotel, me and you got regular king rooms. He got a 2-level suite with a piano in it.
With Teddy Riley playing.
As long as he's inviting us upstairs to get something to eat and stay to build, I'm going up to the suite, bro.
When did Teddy Riley get here?
You're like, he traveled with the Bulls. He would play the piano in Jordan's room everywhere they
so
went.
we had to leave on a bus. You had to be on the bus by 6 o'clock, right? And so if we're not on the bus by 6 o'clock, they'll pull off and leave you, right?
Sure.
You have to take a taxi.
You ain't going anywhere without MJ.
MJ went on that thing. We sitting there like this. And then when he get over, I say a word and looking down.
But Tyvis, I gotta tell you, I gotta say this. I don't understand why anybody would be upset about that. Don't you understand?
Why does he need to take shots at him?
Don't you understand that Russell Wilson's wife is Sierra? He get extra credit points. He can throw the ball. He get audible just because of that. Sierra on 2. It's just the way it is.
Yeah,
bro.
but you know what? The Sierra thing.
I'm gonna talk to you off air about that too.
This is what I don't understand about those comments, right? Like if Pete Carroll was trying to cater to Russell Wilson, isn't that, explain to me why he wanted out. Didn't he want the ball in his hands? Didn't he want to throw the ball more? If they were doing that already, I don't
that is
understand.
weird.
It's kind of
because you know why? You can. Dan Gilbert found this out with LeBron the first time around. You can feed the monster, and you can keep the monster alive, but you get to a point where you can't feed him enough.
No. But they were a run-first type of team.
They were always a run team.
They were. And
so
wait a minute.
This
Let me ask you this question, okay? Why is it that when Russell Wilson was there, you know how many offensive coordinators got fired over in Seattle?
Right.
You know how many times they switched offensive coordinators? Yeah. Because the offensive coordinators would say that he's limited. It's a lot of things that he can't do, even though he was Mr. Unlimited. So they kept, instead of getting rid of Russell, they kept saying, it's the coaches, it's the coach. Play call.
I mean, maybe give him an offensive line. How about protect for him?
I agree with that too.
God,
but they paid other positions.
So
they paid other positions.
So did you watch the game with Russell Wilson in Seattle? So what did you think about the 4th down situation? Does that make sense now that the coach wouldn't put the ball in Russell Wilson's hands during that moment and decide to kick a field goal?
I'm gonna ask you this, DeQuell. If I'm paying you $256 million and it's 4th and 5, and I'm paying the kicker, I don't know, $6 million. Who am I putting the ball?
Damn right.
It's an easy
that was
decision.
So stupid. I couldn't believe it. And it wasn't even it was like a 60-yard kick.
Yeah. 64.
That was absurd.
Saying.
Hey, I ain't
Now,
gonna
I
lie,
will
you dropped
say,
some gems
I
today.
will say,
I ain't gonna lie, Tyvis.
I was
Okay.
in Denver. I was in Denver. My last team, my 8th team was Denver.
Yeah.
And Brandon was hitting them things from deep like that.
Yeah,
in
but the game
practice.
wasn't
So
in
he had-
Denver. It was in Seattle, though.
No,
Like
I'm
the
saying the kicker. I know the
I
kicker.
know that, but like the
it's
ball,
different.
part of the reason he kicks those is because in
Yeah.
Seattle it's easier to kick.
True. That's
Yeah.
true.
Just tell your boy. We moving on, but
Or in
tell,
Denver, I should
tell your boy that's a bad look.
Yeah,
right? That's a
big
very
job,
bad
man.
look.
You know what's funny, Brad?
They got
Brad,
some
I said
animosity.
the same thing. I literally hit him up the next day and said, "You got to stop this. Like, just leave it.
Leave it
Let
alone.
this stuff go.
Leave
let
it
it
alone.
go. It's
'Cause he don't know-
over.
He's not that guy. He's not going to let that go.
Don't let it go. You know,
That's who
'cause
Richard
everybody
Sherman
got their
is.
own. Everybody got their own clause.
No,
They don't want him to go in there.
Russell Wilson's never,
Right,
has Russell
right,
Wilson said a
right.
bad word about him? Never.
Hey, no, listen. I don't want to hear from you. I want you to get him on the show. I want to
We've been
talk to
trying.
Richard
He won't come
myself.
on.
We gonna still keep talking to him.
Sherm's too big time. He's
Yeah,
not.
I just asked Tyvis about this the other day.
Hey, Sherman. Hey, listen.
Big time.
Sherman will be here next Wednesday because Thursday Night Football's coming to Cleveland for Pittsburgh.
He ain't gonna be on this show. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right now he ain't.
Nah.
No, listen. I don't have any problems with him saying that. That's his job now.
That is.
He's paid to Richard Sherman.
Talk
That's
that.
his job now. And when you cross over into that world,
Yeah.
the one thing that they'll tell you from
Yeah.
jump is if you're not going to bring strong opinion, you're not going to. If you're afraid of hurting people's feelings, there's the door.
Wait, we got to do Tyvis's headline. Did we do it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Oh, we
did.
did
We
it.
did.
My
We
bad.
did.
All right,
Tyvis,
Tyvis.
peace out,
See
man.
you,
Have a
buddy.
great
All right,
weekend.
Tyvis.
All right, y'all.
Get that beard
Go
together,
Bucks.
boy.
Nah, we good.
I'll give you
It's a
some,
grown
I'll give you
man
some
look.
beard lessons later.
Grown man look.
I'll teach you how to wear a beard later.
We got